The latest Warframe is quick, fast, and in a hurry. Early access for PlanetSide Arena is just around the corner. Brawlhalla takes us back to school. Caravan Stories completes its journey to the west, and Fortnite seems almost as excited for Borderlands 3 as I am. Almost. What's good, everyone? James Blonde here with your weekly recap for gaming news and announcements for the week of August 30th, 2019. First up, Elder Scrolls Online's Season of the Dragon continued this week with the launch of Scalebreaker Dungeon DLC. This coincides with Update 23, which brings several quality of life improvements to the game. These include things like multi-crafting, which allows players to craft any number of items at a time as long as they have the resources. Multi-bidding has also launched for guild trading locations, and undaunted keys and rewards underwent a major change. The Scalebreaker update sees the addition of 2 new dungeons in Moongrave Fane and Lair of Marsalok. In Moongrave Fane, the vampires of the Hollowfang prepared to perform a terrible ritual. Joined by former Dragon Guard Grundwolf, they wish to drain the blood from a captured dragon. You and your team must fight your way into the fallen ruin and put a stop to their plan before it's too late. In Lair of Marsalok, Marsalok sleeps deep in the mountains between Elsword and Grotwood. However, upon the opening of the Halls of Colossus, this monstrous dragon has awoken and now threatens to spread its corruption into the domain of the Wood Elves. Only with the help of Warlock Corindon and the Forest Spirit Selene can you defeat this terrifying new dragon. Speaking of cool updates, Digital Extremes has announced that its awaited Warframe update, Saint of Altra, will arrive this week on PC. Saint of Altra introduces the 41st Warframe, Gauss. Gauss's kit is based on kinetic movement and speed. His passive charges a current that charges his speed gauge, helping shields recharge up to 80% faster and decreasing recharge delay by up to 80% as well. His Mach Rush ability lets him burst into a hyper sprint that bowls over enemies and charges his battery, or crashes into solid objects to create powerful shockwaves. This can be held to sprint continuously, which is pretty cool. Kinetic plating can generate armor plating that converts a portion of absorbed kinetic damage into energy and protects him from being staggered or knocked down. Thermal Sunder siphons kinetic energy from the area charging his battery and inflicting cold status on nearby enemies. Holding the skill reverses the process, drains the battery, and inflicts heat status instead. Finally, his Redline ability overcharges his battery and sets his fire rate, attack speed, reload speed, and holster rate into overdrive in addition to boosting all of his other abilities. When past the red line, arcs of electricity periodically spark from his body, exploding en masse when the ability is activated. Add yet another awesome Warframe to the list of many. Next up, sci-fi economy simulation Prosperous Universe has officially gone free to play this past week. Non-paying players receive indefinite access to the game, though with limited features. During the first access phase, which started back in December 2018, a one-time payment was required to unlock all of the pro features. Once the first access period ends, the game will move to a monthly subscription model. The developers, Simulogix, are set on steering clear of microtransactions both now and in the future. Head over to the site post at MMOS.com to learn the difference between the free and paid experiences. In other news, Hunter's Arena Legends is an upcoming battle royale RPG by Korean developer Mantisco that showed off some PvP and PvE combat this past week. 3 hunters appear in this trailer who are working together to face a mighty boss monster, and highlights the balance between collaboration and betrayal that players can expect. The goal is to have Hunter's Arena Legends launching at the end of the year. People attending the LG Ultra Gear Festival, running from August 31st through the 1st of September in Seoul, South Korea, can check out the tag mode. According to the site post, the footage is actually created on the game engine itself, so this is a realistic representation of what gameplay will be like. Moving on, Mankind Reborn released a new developer blog this past week highlighting the newest update, Update 16. They discussed that the game has more of a budget now, so more serious efforts will be put in, and that Union City has been completely rebuilt from the ground up. The city is presently composed of a downtown and underground area, each with their own sets of content. The goal is to have Union City serve as a test bed for gameplay content that's coming over the next few months. The first iteration of in-world real estate has also begun, and the interaction system has received an overhaul. There's simply so much going on in this update blog, you should really check it out in more detail from the link below. Weapon changes, item slot optimizations, the chat system, so many things are seeing updates and changes. A lot is going on in the world of Mankind Reborn right now. Speaking of, Caravan Stories officially has a release date. Played by more than 2 million people in Japan, Caravan Stories completes its journey to the West on September 10th, 2019. The vast, beautiful world of Lyre awaits, and players will recruit heroes and tame monsters. A monolithic structure appears above Lyre. This mysterious threat, known as Enigma, manifests a portal from which chaos pours forth. Before the realm succumbs to shadow, heroes from the 6 races of Lyre must stand together and push back the tides of darkness. Players will engage in real-time combat and build a party suited for the world's dangers. NPCs' weaknesses can be complemented by the strength of the right tamed monster, and every role must work together to seal victory. There are nearly 300 unique heroes and beasts to recruit and tame, so no two players' experience will be quite the same. Party management will be key, but every journey must have a well-equipped caravan. These will serve as a player's progression hub. At a caravan, players can customize their looks, unlock crafting, create resource generators, and much more. Then, you can combine forces with other players to test their mettle against legendary foes. More betas happening in September as Inplex Games announced that their upcoming story-driven multiplayer Population Zero will be kicking off a closed beta soon. This closed beta will begin on September 19th, and everyone is invited to sign up for it. There are also Founders Packs that guarantee access to the closed beta, but are not required in order to be selected, thank goodness. There will be an open beta in 2020, and at that time, Population Zero will be a free-to-play MMO experience. Players can wander Kepler however they please and examine, befriend, and fight a variety of entities. There are 2 factions, but players can swap out at will by completing quests for one faction or the other. The perk system will offer a great deal of agency for players to create a unique character with the skills they desire. Between this and the robust crafting system, players can explore Population Zero however they please. Well, it looks like Elsword's Reboot event is wrapping up with the final set of characters, Chung, Lucille, and Rose, receiving their updated job paths. These are adjusted for both PvE and PvP. All characters saw changes to attack types, evasion skills, and traits, as well as received awesome new animations. To help players out, the Item Support Login event will provide some great support items, and the Hot Summer Burning event provides highly sought-after weapon enhancement buffs. There will also be Summer Boosts, where players will receive up to +10 weapon enhancement buffs for their weapons. Players can also learn more about the Demon Realm, thanks to a pair of new dungeons that have arrived. The new dungeons are Trosh's Nest and the abandoned Icerite Planet dungeons. With this, the L-Search party will dive deeper into the Demon Realm and uncover more mysteries. You can find out more details on the rewards and limited time events planned in the link in the description below. To go along with Epic Games' exclusivity on the Borderlands 3 PC release, new content awaits in Fortnite thanks to a crossover with Borderlands 3, such as the Pandora Rift Zone and Psycho Bundle, available in the item shop. There's also a new Pandora prefab to try out in creative mode. New challenges also await with free rewards. Pretty standard add-on for Fortnite, but it still hypes us up for Borderlands 3.
Single-handedly winning this whole thing!
Also this past week, Bandai Namco announced that Bless Unleashed will enter an open beta phase from November 7th until the 21st. Exclusive to Xbox One, it'll introduce players to the goals of the final game and will be able to choose from a variety of classes and races as they journey to save the world of Lumios from a dark, mysterious threat. Players will be able to go solo or team up on dungeons and raids with friends to do battle. Check out the latest gameplay overview trailer you see playing here to see if it's your type of game, and keep up with the latest info at MMOs.com. Next up, the PlanetSide Arena team released a developer letter this past week which announced their vision for the game and the early access date, which was sooner than I expected. PlanetSide Arena will hit Steam's early access program on September 19th, 2019, and the plan for the multi-platform launch in early 2020. PlanetSide Arena is an ambitious project that is going to take the camaraderie and battles that PlanetSide is known for and shape it into something new. It will be class-based, high-speed action with jetpacks and vehicles to pair up with team-based tactics. The game's initial launch will have the new Squads mode, 12 soldiers per squad, and Teams mode, 3 soldiers per team, in intense 300-player matches. Over the next year, however, the team will begin to explore a future that will see an evolution of the Empires, introduce new vehicles, weapons, classes, events, maps, and new game modes, as well as classic favorites reimagined, all at a scale that can only be created through a PlanetSide experience. Modes like 300-player squads, Sunderdome, Outfit Wars, and Massive Clash will spark a new, even more intense phase in the battle for Araxis. And as I mentioned last week, Smite fans should click over to MMOs.com and check out Jason's new God Guide for Persephone, the newest god in the game. You'll find lore, a breakdown of her abilities, a look at her balance, and tips for building her in a match. Don't want to miss out on that. But finally, for our last bit of news, the latest patch for Brawlhalla, patch 3.48, Schools in Session, was revealed recently, and with it comes the Back to School event. Back to School event will have several exclusive skins for characters such as Fate, Lin Fei, Kea, Zul, and more. There are plenty of cosmetics to collect, and a new Brawl of the Week, KO Mania. There's a nice long list of balance adjustments in this update, which you can find at the link in the description below. And that's about it for all the major news and announcements for this week. For more information on the news topics, check the links in the description below. Feel free to discuss the news or even more news in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that little bell icon to get notifications, and of course, share this video. But until next time, guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.